Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Fairy, and today we are talking about apples. And so I wanted to talk about apples and fairies. And so obviously fairies, I've said before in other videos, they do like fruits and vegetables. And so that's a good item to give them as an offering, at your fairy ring or whatever. And they do enjoy a tasty apple. So they eat from them. They will hollow them out to be a house. Apples represent Mother Nature and other worlds. So, it kind of makes sense when you think about it that they would, fairies would gravitate towards an apple. I mean, it's a good shape. It's, sturdy. It sits on its own. You can make a nice little house out of it. In fact, I did a painting. If you check out my blog page, which the link will be down below this video, if you scroll down to find the apples and fairies blog entry I did, you'll see the painting that I did. And I guess I could show it here. I'd have to scan it over, but I could show you the painting. Why be lazy, right? Let's see. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here's a photo of it. And so I show you the little house, and I put in little doors and windows, and, the stem is the chimney, and, so, yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense that the fairies would choose an apple because typically, especially the little ones that are very small, they could fit in an apple and make it a nice little house. But again, even though sometimes they're used as a negative symbol, such as, Eve handing, Adam the apple from the forbidden tree in Garden of Eden. I mean, we all have, that reference. Also, too, the old white-haired witch offering Snow White the red poisoned apple, and she takes a bite out of it, and, this kind of thing. But typically, apples are symbols of good health. They taste great in a pie or a cake. You can eat them regularly like this. They're good for chopping, that kind of thing. All sorts of recipes. But also, too, you can dry apple chips or, make your own or buy them. And then you can mash them down and put them in a flour mixture or your herb mixtures for your spells in your fairy craft magic practice, which is something I've just started to do. Because apples actually, because they represent good health and healing, it helps the spell, especially when I'm doing a healing spell. And I've done a couple recently, and it works. I've actually had some success adding the apple chips into the herb mixture, and then you sprinkle it on the candle. So it's been working. It's great. So I definitely can recommend using apples and apple chips in your fairy craft magic. But as far as the fairies themselves using apples, yeah, they do like them. They will eat from them. So you can offer them at the fairy ring on a moonlit night, and, they can, they will use the essence of the apple. They may not take it. They might not even cut into it, but they can magically take the essence and the nutrition out of the apple. So when you go out there the next day, sure, the apple's still going to be sitting there, and it looks like it wasn't touched. But most likely, they took the essence out of it and took out what they needed out of it. And so, you can just toss the apple away. Once it's been used, of course, toss it away. But again, you can use an apple in your magic because they represent love and vitality and good health. So also, too, you can cut the apple horizontally and then in half. And you're going to see the 5-point star that's naturally inside the apple. And again, that has magical powers that you can use in your fairy craft spells. So again, an apple is not just for eating, but you can use it for all sorts of things, and the fairies, of course, they'll like it, they'll enjoy it, they'll use them. So again, it's a good offering to the fae. So I hope you find that interesting and use some of your apples in more ways than you thought. And we thank you for watching. You have a fairy day, and we'll see you in the next one.